In this video, I want to tell you how to get a job in this economy or after Corona. This video especially made for those people who are graduating right now, but the tips are pretty universal and they can be used by anybody who is looking for a job or is a job seeker or is seeking to change their job. So I'm going to tell you 6 tips which will nearly guarantee you a job if you do this right. So let's start. I'm Karnveer Mundre. I'm the Chief Ideation Officer of a company called Atharva Marcom, and I also graduated from the London School of Economics a couple of years back, and I'm the head of alumni for the LSE in Bangalore. So tip number 1 is prepare your resume before you start your course. And this, yes, you heard me correct. Before you start your course. So if you're going for the course, especially master's course, or if you're going for even a bachelor's course, 1 year before you actually complete the course, you can make your resume. There's no harm in saying that you are going to complete it in a certain time. Because a lot of people, they actually finish their course and then they decide to try to apply for jobs, which actually makes them very late in applying for a job. So that's tip number 1, is make your resume. In fact, if you're doing for a single year master's, before you even leave your home country, you can actually carry your resume with you. Let me tell you what happens with especially the 1 year resumes, like in UK. You leave the country in about August, and by the time you reach there and you settle down, it's already September or October. And you know what? The companies already start hiring and not hiring, but doing the interviews in September or October. So you are already, you arrive over there, you're trying to settle down, you're trying to sometimes find an accommodation and so on. And then you also have to kind of figure out, your resume. So it always gets delayed and it'll become January or February by the time you, make your resume. So make your resume in a calm state of mind in your home country before you go for your course. Or if it's a longer course, then even a year before you can make your complete resume and be ready and start applying even by August or September, prior to your pass out or your graduation in April or May. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is use LinkedIn. LinkedIn is an amazing source of information. A lot of students who go use less of LinkedIn and more of Facebook and Instagram, because it's of course a little more interesting and colorful. But LinkedIn is a tool which is really going to be a powered LinkedIn user. And if you want to know more about LinkedIn, there's another video of mine which I have done about how I went from nearly 2,000-3,000 users on LinkedIn to now around 23,000 users today. You can have a look at that. But LinkedIn gives you a lot of information about people, jobs. And the best part of LinkedIn is that if you search for a particular job, LinkedIn has a section called LinkedIn Jobs. And if you apply, if you look at a LinkedIn job, it will actually tell you if you know somebody in that company. So you can actually reach out to the person, or even if the person is from your college or from your institution. So you can actually reach out to the person, and anybody from your institution will be more happy to talk to you, to explain it to you, and even maybe put in a good word. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3, don't work at Starbucks. Don't work at Starbucks, don't work at Pret a Manger, don't work at all these stores where you get like $5 an hour or something like that, or $7, whatever the minimum wage is. A lot of us get very excited with when we go abroad and or we go international, and we want to make those 5-6 hours and a few hours of extra money. And let me tell you what happens. What happens is, number 1, you don't, you get so tired, because when you work in these places, it's not easy. You sometimes have to work many hours of the day, and your academic grades actually fall. And the second thing is the key word. There are three key words in getting a job, and those three words are skill, skill, skill. So when you do a job which is like, in a Starbucks or in a Pret a Manger, which is unrelated, if you are in a course like hotel management or something related to, the wherever you're working, it makes sense. But if you are working in something totally unrelated, you are not going to build your skills, and you're going to spend a lot of your time just being over there, and when you come out of it after 3 months, 6 months, not only are your grades going to suffer, but you'll have got no extra skill. So tip number 3 is, don't work for something like Starbucks. Try to find something related to your area, like even if it is less, if they're paying less, even if it's for free. Assist a teacher, assist a professional, talk to an entrepreneur, talk to somebody who is in the industry. You'll learn a whole lot more. You'll learn a massive extra amount as compared to working for a Starbucks. So don't go for these unrelated jobs. Number 4, interact with the alumni. It's very easy to get involved just with your schoolwork and so on. But every institution, every good institution, for instance, LSE has, where I graduated from, we have chapters in some 86 countries around the world. And it's even more easy to reach out to them today through WhatsApp groups, through Facebook groups, through LinkedIn groups, and talk to them. They have a wealth of information that they can help you with, including jobs, including things to do and so on. So talk to the alumni, and that would really help you in reaching out to the right job, because you don't get jobs out of resumes. Some people might do, but most people whom I know get jobs out of knowing somebody, out of connecting, out of recommendations, and more so in this time of the slow economy. So connect with your alumni. That's very important. And last, this is a very interesting point which I can tell you which works really well, and that is, be an entrepreneur. No, I don't mean being an entrepreneur of the kind that invest money or something like that, but be an entrepreneur of your subject, of your area. So, for instance, if you are graduating in economics, try to, write articles of economics, try to write blog posts of economics, try to have an independent entrepreneurial thought. That entrepreneurial thought doesn't mean always trade and money, but you write something which you show the world, and now with all these social media and the LinkedIn and all these tools, it's a lot easier to show your capabilities to the world. So if you involve yourself, for instance, write an article on, if you're graduating in economics, write an article on economics. And to write that article, don't just sit in your room and write it. Go out, talk to a few people, talk to a few economists, write a mail to some of the business leaders, say that you're writing this article, and come up with some really great work apart from your academic work. And you have a whole year. So even if you, for instance, come out with one blog post or 2 blog posts a month, that's like around 24 blog posts, great researched blog posts in a year. And the gold is not in the blog post, but in the relationships that you will build when you interact with people, and continuously interact with them, send them mails, and and you may not get a response from everybody. Like, not everybody a lot of people write to me, and sometimes because of lack of time, or because there's so much more on on what I'm doing. Sometimes it's difficult to reply to everybody, and all CEOs, all heads of companies have this problem. But if you are focused and you continue to pursue them, you'll definitely build relationships with these heads. So these are the ways in which you can build your you can build your opportunities to secure a job. It is not through sending out electronic emails or resumes or 300 emails or 200 emails to people around the world, and then feeling slightly sad because you didn't get an adequate response. So build your relationships, connect with the right people, connect in the way I just told you, and there is no dearth of opportunities for the right person. So I really wanted to bring this message out, because every year as the head of the alumni head in Bangalore, I every day interact with the same questions to students, and they ask me the same thing: how do I get a job after I graduate, and how do I get basically a good opportunity? So this is the way you can get a good opportunity, not just through making a resume and sending it to hr@whatevercompany.com, because HR people get like a zillion resumes every single day, and all of you, frankly, on paper, everybody looks the same. So if you like, the reason I did this is because even getting a job is kind of a public relations act, and I thought that because I run a media and PR company, I thought it would be interesting to talk about how do you get a job and how do you get an opportunity in this time of Corona. And if you liked what I talked about, then consider subscribing, and the link is down below, and it would be great to have you as a regular person. So I hope you liked what I talked about, and happy opportunity hunting in 2020 and beyond. See you.